be us live. We'll let the stream load up for a wee second. It should be us though. Twitch is live. Oh, and YouTube's live, and all the titles are correct. Wow.
For once? Right, where's the technical difficulties?
Such professionalism, guys.
I reject your professional.
Vinny, if you're talking, you're muted.
I'm gonna curse you with my bad laptop.
You just absolutely had to ruin it. I
Yeah.
specifically said that we're gonna have no issues this week, and you were like, you know what? I'm a go on mute.
Yeah, come on. Grow up. What else would I have done?
Let's go. Let's just fix my camera angle a little bit.
Just getting the mod duties set up.
Amazing. So that's us live for another wonderful week of Adventures in Greydrop. Obviously, we are a couple players short today, but luckily, last week one of our players literally stumbled across, quite by accident, an encounter that we had set up for a cultist, a faceless cultist, in the middle of the sewer, setting up for presumably a meeting with some of the other cultists at the location, which Lubnub, yet again, progressing the story. Gotta love it, man.
What a hero.
What an absolute hero of a player, actually doing the story. Just turn the camera to get the cat in the photo there.
Oh, we've got to get those cat views.
We have to get those cat views, bros. Okay. So, as we camera repans on Lubnub entering this room and this cultist being a little bit confused as to what's going on with his day. Is that going to work if I do that? Is OBS going to freak out? It is. It doesn't like me. Sorry, I'm just moving things about on my screen.
Gonna no data.
Gonna no data, pal. Resize that.
Is Mad Marvin playing Marvel Rivals would say, gonna no data?
Gonna just no day that, pal. Yeah, as Mad Marvin, if he could play Marvel Rivals, that's probably what he would say. However, Marvel Rivals has decided, through various PC requirements, to make sure that Mad Marvin can't play. He's such a potent being that Marvel Rivals was like, patch that out. Get rid of that. That guy can't play. It would be too much for the community. It would just be too much. So, camera repans on some wonderful Lubnub coming across this cultist, and the last thing we left on was Lubnub's reveal of, oh shit, this guy is actually setting up for the meeting. However, that's not actually where our first character on screen is going to be. For we come to Staniel making his way through the city on a vague intuition of, I'm just going to also join Lubnub in the sewers. You were like, cool, I'll make my way down there. As you do so, you feel a pressure. You feel something landing on your shoulder. And as you do, you hear a whisper. Just a small whisper of someone very far away saying, oh my god, there's someone in a fight, oh my fucking god, go, run, Lubnub's in a fight, run.
What?
That is all the information you are given.
I'm running.
Where do you run?
I don't know where he is in the sewer, but I know he's in the sewer. I'm just gonna run around in the sewer.
Amazing. You run straight towards the sewer. So as Lubnub is presumably going to be creating quite the ruckus, so to speak, I'm going to have you roll a D6. And that's how many rounds of combat Lubnub is going to complete before you show up.
I've been lucky all day. Don't end the streak.
And meanwhile, my brave companion Lubnub,
I knew he was going to roll a 1.
would you please roll me an initiative?
I was praying he was going to roll a 6.
You not want me there, Lubnub?
No, I wanted you to arrive just as I finished beating this man to a pulp.
Around 6 seconds after that note, I crawled down the ladder and, oh hey, Lubnub.
Well, that's a 21.
21 will probably do it. Give me just a second as I set up my things. Sorry, I should have had this set up. While I'm setting this up, Stan, you'll take it away with the sponsor.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're sponsored by... Gonna cover the actual brand there, Cheese Balls. We're sponsored by Cheese Balls, everyone. Good old cheese balls. Just the concept of cheese balls. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever find yourself peckish but not quite hungry and liking cheese, cheese balls are the snack for you. They're cheap. They taste like cardboard covered in cheese. What is not to love?
Is that the whole sponsorship?
Yeah, they only paid me for like
30 seconds or so.
Hour.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
I mean, hey, you get what you pay for. The concept of cheese balls, as much as I love them, figure it out for yourself.
We got a request for Stan to give a thumbs up to the YouTube audience.
Oh yeah. Hey Stan, can I get a thumbs up, Stan? Do we know?
Of course you can.
Do we know Cabmist?
Maybe.
I mean, in the real world, I do not know anyone by that name.
Well, you're getting a thumbs up anyway, Cabnist. Don't ever say we're not good to you, eh, pal? So, on a 21, I suppose if you rolled a 1, Stan, let's just get your initiative roll as well while we're at it.
Just because I'm gonna turn up in 6 seconds. 18.
18. So,
My God, I do know Kanbans. Kabams.
Stan does. Stan knows him. It's always nice to see people you know in chat.
It's a creature. I don't want it here.
Lubnub, you are faced before you with this being of all black robes and the face completely flayed off as he looks up and says, "Huh? You are given your first surprise round, and then immediately after that, you are given your first turn of combat."
Okay, I am going to, as Lubnub would do, run like a motherfucking freight train right into his face, and while he's shocked that there's someone else down here,
Absolutely.
I would like to take the attack action. And I will swap my first attack for a grapple, as we discussed at the gym,
As a grapple.
as I will attempt to grab him by the mouth.
So, you're attempting to grab him by the mouth, therefore incapacitating his ability to do spell casting. This is a big roll, so it's going to be a contested athletics check. Okay?
Let's have some fun with this.
Now, you've not raged yet, I will point out, which
No,
means
I've not raged,
you
that's
don't
a
have
straight roll.
advantage.
Straight roll.
Right?
Kind of a rubbish roll
your
on my side.
DC is 19.
Miss, as I only get 13.
You only get 13. So as you go and try and put your hands in his mouth, you are, I think, a little bit more surprised. It's less that you don't get the ability to grab him, and more his slick, bloody face. Your hands are just not getting purchase on anything useful. It's all just like, as you touch into it, the muscle gives way before you and starts like sloughing off the face in large chunks. You get the sense that this is not damaging the cultist in any way, as he is still grinning towards you. It starts to regrow where you've grabbed.
Well, I've got 2 attacks a turn, so we'll do the exact same with the second attack.
Exact same with the second attack.
Yep.
Your DC this time's a lot lower, you get 16.
Oh, I've smashed that with a 23.
23. So you grab into this cultist's mouth successfully. And I believe that's the end of your surprise round.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you like to do for your first round of combat?
I believe I've got 2 more rages today. Let's double check that before I start using... Yeah, I've got 2 more. Let's have some fun. I'm going to rage and grow to my bigger size if the room will accommodate.
It will do so indeed. The room that you're in at the moment is the same room that we've come across previously in our other adventures. So it is the large central church area of what used to be a Church of Antarach that has, through some means or other, sunken or been built over into the city. And you are looking, there's easily 15 feet of ceiling here, there's easily 40 feet in any direction that you would like to move, bar
Sweet.
running straight into the nearest wall.
Sweet. So yeah, I'll use that bonus action, activate the giant ruins and grow in size and strength. And having only one hand in the cultist's mouth to hold it useless, I will use my second hand to start pummeling him.
Make me an attack roll.
And because I'm feeling fun, let's make it reckless. Uh, 27 to hit in the first.
Thankfully for you, 27 is going to do it on the first attack.
So it's a flat 8 damage because it's an unarmed strike.
8 damage, no problem.
Following up with a second reckless unarmed strike. 24. Sorry, 26.
Yeah, that's also going to hit. So is that
another-
another 8?
Another 8, and that would be Lubnub's turn.
So as you're smacking into this cultist, you hear the death rattle of its decaying muscles trying to laugh as it just... as it can't obviously use its mouth or tongue. It is, however, now the cultist's turn. And it is going to take its first attack on you. So it is going to roll. Hang on a second.
Hanging on, sir.
So it's going to roll. That is a 21 to hit on the first attack.
Yep.
And it actually gets 2 attacks a turn. And that's going to be an unnatural 20.
It's
So I shall roll damage. I'll just give you the damage for both. You are raging, I believe. Oh, actually, you used Reckless. So that was just their first attack. Because the next one needs to crit if it just has the opportunity to crit. So they both attack, no crits.
right. Okay.
As you watch, the cultist's sleeve drops down and you see a dagger. A very... it looks almost as if it's made entirely of bone and tooth. And as it stabs into you, you feel energy leaking away from you. You're going to take, from both attacks, 15 damage, and that's going to be 10 piercing, 5 necrotic. So you're halving the piercing, and you take a full 5 necrotic.
Okay, so... Can you break that down again for me?
So you're taking a total of 5 piercing and 5 necrotic after being halved.
Got you.
And I need you to mark that as unrecoverable HP. That's your HP maximum going down by that amount.
-5.
Well, shit. That's my shtick.
So your HP maximum is now down from 80 to 70. Or 71, I should say.
There we go. Max HP modifier, -5.
No, -10. Even
including the piercing?
Including the piercing. All damage from this weapon is reduced. And then I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Total of 19.
19 passes. You feel parts of this weapon break off inside you. And you get the sense that had you been unable to push them out by force of will, this weapon would have left barbs inside you that would have dealt damage over time.
Oh, yeah.
Up next is going to be Lubnub's turn.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And by that, I'm going to keep on reckless punching him in the face.
Reckless punching.
That hits as another 26.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'll just see if I hit twice, and then 22 I hit the second.
It will indeed.
So another 18 points of damage.
8 and 8, no.
Yeah, 8 and 8, so 16.
16, yes.
And job done.
And at this point, we are going to reveal on our wonderful map Staniel. If you zoom out slightly. There you are. And you can hear Lubnub shouting, or you can at least hear a kerfuffle of raged screaming coming from another area.
That's probably Lubnub.
You hear the sound of smacking flesh upon flesh.
I've already pre-measured it out. If you want to dash, you can get from basically there to the entrance of the next room.
Sure. I'm gonna skedaddle. Yeah. But there-ish, right?
Yes, and there is a door marked there, but it has been forced open, so you can see Lubnub fighting inside.
Lubnub, I came as quickly as I heard.
Probably doesn't get much of a reaction as I'm too busy focused on the punching of the face.
Came as quickly as I heard.
So the sight you see before you is a 13-foot tall Lubnub with his hand just like 4 fingers deep into someone's throat. As they stab him aggressively, he looks to be punching him in the face.
Like, if you've ever played Wolfenstein, see that combat encounter you can sometimes get into where someone's stabbing you and you're stabbing them back? It's just that.
Yeah, Lubnub's doing fine.
We're playing a game of who's got more HP.
That's my favourite game. I've never won. Well, I believe that is the end of my turn, probably.
I will remind you, you do still have a bonus action.
That is true, but there's not a whole lot I can do with a bonus action. Apart from heck, and I'm saving that.
But you still have it, so that's... It's entirely up to you. If you don't have anything to do with it, that's up to you.
I'm just gonna spend my whole what's left of my turn going, Lubnub, I'm here. Hi, how's it going? Making small talk.
How's it going?
Going well, I see.
Going well, going well. As you say, going well, the cultist is going to make 2 attacks on you again, Lubnub. And you were reckless again last time, so it's going to be another... Oh, that's lower. It's an 18 to hit.
Still hits.
Okay.
Remember, I'm a HP tank. Easy to hit.
And the next one's definitely going to hit.
15 and higher hits me.
So that's a total of, after it's been halved, you're going to take 4 necrotic damage, slightly less. 4 piercing damage, slightly less than last time, and a total of 8 necrotic. So that's 12 overall damage that you need to reduce your HP maximum by.
14 minus 8 is 22. Technically, I'm still outpacing him DPS-wise. Get right.
Oh yeah, you're definitely dealing more damage. It's just who had more health first.
So my con save again.
You're going to need 2 con saves for both attacks. 1 for each attack.
So a 21 on the first,
That is fine.
and a 21 on the second, because consistency is key.
That is fine again. You get a sense that this weapon, had it been piling up, as it's clearly intended to do, by this time it would be the 4th time you would be taking an extra thing each turn. Pushing out all of these barbs, it is definitely... Lubnub gets the important feeling that he needs to continue doing that. Sorry, there appears to be a kerfuffle outside. I'm just going to close my window.
Quick, Stan, we need a strategy. You put your hand up his ass, and you punch him down there.
No, it's against the TOS. Guys, no.
That's
You can't
a
do
great
that.
idea. You put your arm down his throat, I put my arm up his ass, and we handshake in the middle.
Well, high five in the middle.
Sounds perfect. I'm down.
God, what a way to torture someone. Definitely this guy's not going to have a great time. As you are... As this cultist is finishing up his turn, he is going to spend his bonus action, and you feel a pulse of psychic energy scream through the caverns. It is just an ear-splitting, headache-inducing psychic screech that you both hear, and immediately you hear some other people in some other rooms preparing to run. Stan, it is your turn.
Okay, do I hear where they're coming from roughly?
Make me a
Which corridor?
perception check. I'll say for free you can make me a perception check, because these are echoey stone caverns, but also I don't think it would take you much time.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, you get the distinct impression that there are 3 entities coming from this doorway.
Oh, that's it.
From that doorway.
Yeah, as in they are gonna... If they were to enter this room very quickly, they would come in through that area.
Okay, so it sounds like they're going to join the battle, not flee.
You have no idea. You know that if they were coming in, that's where the sound's coming from. They might be running away at full pelt, but they could also be running here. It's hard to tell in the 1 second you get before your turn.
Got it. So,
Solve the questions.
just in case they are running here, I would like to, as my action, right where that doorway is, I'm gonna run in a wee bit and cast shadow, or cast summon shadow spawn right in that doorway and tell it to don't let anyone except for me and Lubnub pass. If they try to, jump them.
And here is your shadow that you can manipulate as you please.
Right.
Is that an action or a bonus action to do?
It's an action.
Wonderful.
I will, however, spend a little bit more of my movement to...
I think you only used...
I love them.
Yeah, you used 10 feet to get there. So you can actually go slightly further if you want to go like here. Yeah, or there. That works.
I'm just peeking out from behind the Lubnub, but hi buddy, how's it going?
Wonderful. And now,
Just berserker froth dropping from the mouth.
Good, good.
coming from this door, they're actually acting on the same initiative. You can see two entities. So, which one would your shadow would attack Cultist 2 because he was closer and came in first? What attacks does your shadow have?
Let me see which one I said. I'd probably have summoned the fear one.
That's entirely up to you.
So it's... It's going to use multi-attack, so it's going to take 2 attacks.
Excellent.
It just says 2 attacks. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's nice. It's my attack modifier.
It is indeed, yeah. It's your spellcasting modifier, I believe.
11.
11 misses, unfortunately. These are not wearing armour, but they are slightly more dexterous than just an 11.
I'm assuming a 7 misses then as well.
It would, yeah. Yeah.
That's a shame, really.
But
But hey, they're gonna be pretty intimidated as a shadow attacks them.
yeah, they're definitely, they're not loving the fact that they've just been attacked by a shadow. Without an insight check, you can tell that it was not within this person's plan as he ran through that door to be immediately attacked by a shadow. And luckily for both of you, they've used their movement and dash to get here, and you can hear another entity. Actually, you can probably see them. Let me just reveal where they got to. There you go.
My god. Cultist 1, Cultist 2, and Cultist.
Yes. There's Cultist.
Where's Cultist
Where's Cultist what?
3?
Well, there's 3 people that have just been revealed, and there's the faceless one. So you've got faceless, Cultist, Cultist 1, Cultist 2. For ease of pointing out which attacks you're going to be using.
I see.
And with that, we are back up to the top of initiative with my dear Lubnub.
So I can feel my life force being drained away, and this guy just unleashed some sort of psychic shrill in my head.
Yes.
Well, bounced around everywhere and in my head.
Although I will say, this guy feels it, like the way he's acting, he's trying to do spells and realising he can't. You get the sense that he can't damage you with anything magical, so has resorted to that scream as a alert.
I think Lubnub, fully enraged that these people seem to be fleeing from this area, because he's not going to think too much about it. Half movement when I'm dragging someone, or because I am 13 foot and considered large, is that reduced at all?
I think for a large entity it's quarter. For dragging a medium, I think it's quarter off. So you get 3/4, which is 20 instead of 30.
20, and then I should have, because I've got extended reach in my rage form, the 10 feet to start bashing faceless cultist off of the cultist who's closest to the door.
You've actually... Yes, if you stand right in front of Cultist 2, you can just reach regular Cultist.
Then that's exactly what happens as Lubnub will drag him over and start smashing faceless cultist against the cultist.
Amazing.
Would I get an attack of opportunity as faceless cultist leaves my attack range?
No, because he's being forced to leave his attack range. It doesn't count.
Well, hang it.
Otherwise, a
No.
spell like Gust of Wind could push someone out of range of like 8 people and be a killer.
Haven't caused enough rage for me to drop him by the mouth and start hitting him with the hammer. But yeah. Would that be an improvised weapon attack
Yes,
sort of deal,
it
right?
would just be a straight strength check, and I'll say you can roll 1d4 for damage, and it will be taken by both entities.
Dope. So straight strength check, and we're making this reckless, by the way, for funsies.
Yep.
Do I not try to fish? Just genuinely asking. Do I get the bonus from our trial with the what are they called?
The
The
Greys.
Greys.
Yes.
The +2.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a weapon. Well, weapon attack. So +2 to this, and advantage.
Yeah, improvised weapons are still weapons.
So, if I'm reading this correct, 9 plus, 40, so 16 total.
So, hilariously, you do manage to damage Cultist 2 with Faceless Cultist, but the Faceless one seems to have some sort of magical armour on him, aka mage armour, and isn't taking damage from this attack. But you're still going to deal 1d4 against the Cultist 2.
A d4 plus,
Plus
modifier,
strength.
right?
Plus strength, yeah.
Cool, so that'll be +7. Because +5 from the strength,
Yep,
plus
absolutely.
2 from rage.
Agreed.
So that's 10 damage to Cultist 2.
Damn.
Second attack. Oh, this has got to be. That's a nat 20. Okay.
So that's 2d4 instead of 1. And they're both going to take it.
2d4 plus 7 is a total of 13.
So that one's going to take 13, and so is the Faceless Cultist.
This is working out perfect.
Superb. Is that the end of your turn? You've used your movement, you used your action. I think you've only got a bonus action left.
Yeah, not going to use the bonus action yet, though.
Superb. So up next is going to be Faceless Cultist, who is going to... Give me a minute. Yeah, I've had a look through all of their spells and they're all verbal.
That's embarrassing.
Apart from
Even
one,
Stan has some...
apart from one that's just not that useful. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're just going to make 2 weapon attacks against you. Even while you're hitting them off someone else. So that is a... Oh, that's only a 14 to hit.
That's actually a miss.
Amazing, so they missed the first one. And they're going to be 21 on the second, so they are going to hit that.
Ooh.
Oh, Lubnub, you beat
So you're going to half 2 piercing damage to 1. And you're also going to take 6 necrotic. So that's a total of 7 off your maximum HP.
Yep.
You're getting quite drained over there. As you're looking at Lubnub, Stan, you can see that he is starting to go gaunt and starting to look a little less muscular than he was before. Literally being consumed by whatever this dagger is.
I am literally at... Out of my 81 maximum, I've been dropped to 52.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even lower than my health.
Yeah, that's
rough,
true.
buddy.
And up next, it is Stan. Oh no, actually, sorry, Kieran, you need a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, sorry for forgetting that. I know you really wanted that.
An 11.
An 11.
Mm. That's rough.
Roll me 2d4.
Oh no, that's a lot of damage.
6.
You take 6 necrotic damage, and you can feel that 2d4 worth of barbs has been placed under your skin. Every time you'd like to move or take an action on your turn, you're going to take 2d4. Up next is Stan.
That's nasty.
Ah, man, that's rough, buddy. Okay, so I would like to. Let's see. That cultist that is being grabbed right now.
Yes.
I would like the faceless cultist, some might say. I would like to cast Cause Fear on them.
Excellent. What do I need to do for cause fear?
Roll me a Wisdom saving throw.
Expend the spell slot, and
Mhm.
you are immediately granted the knowledge that this creature is immune to fear.
Asshole.
That's really inconsiderate.
It is, but at the very least, now that I know there's more than one of them, now I can be happy in my choices. Oh, bonus action, might as well run up and stab him.
Yep, so you're just making an unskilled check, which is just your regular to hit, but then your damage is just your d4 plus your elemental. Which weapon are you
I've
using?
got two weapons fighting.
No, you have the fighting.
You know what?
You have the fighting style 2 weapon, but I don't think you have the feat, do you?
Maybe.
Let me
Yeah,
double check.
but I don't add my their dex modifier.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. I will be using the good one.
You don't
I'll be using
feel
the
the need to do any kind of wisdom check. As the good entity drove you down here, it seems to be allowing you immediate access to your good weapon.
What a hero. So, I'm going to... Does an 18 hit?
The faceless cultist, it does. Yeah, it does.
Nice job, Stan.
Okay. Let's go.
I was like, he's gonna cast shield. No, he's not. Sorry.
He casts Gurgle.
It's a 9 slash.
Is that including your
2 damage.
your audio has completely gone? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can now, yes. How much damage do you do?
9 slashing, 2 radiant.
Superb. No, that's 9 plus your plus 5. You don't get to add your plus 5, remember?
Dang it, that's 4 slashing, 2 radiant.
4 slashing, 2 radiant. So he takes 6 damage. He's starting to look not great. Even for someone who is decaying kind of actively, you can see that the wounds that you're inflicting on him are no longer starting to heal.
I would like to use as a free action. I'm gonna tell my shadow spawn.
Yep.
Attack the faceless guy, but not to kill. Break his kneecaps.
Excellent. Your shadow, unaware of the rules of combat, is going to beeline over there, taking an attack of opportunity from Cultist 2.
That's okay. Cultist 2 can't deal that much damage. And if he can, good on him, but...
That's 18 damage.
Oh, what? He hits.
As you watch, Cultist 2 claps his hands together and you see a black pulse radiate from him.
What did he roll to hit?
20.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
So that was 20 damage, right?
20 damage.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn? Oh no, your shadow gets to attack its multi-attack if you wish.
I will indeed use multi-attack on it and try and attack both the kneecaps.
You try and attack both kneecaps. You've made it clear that this is non-lethal, although the cultist is not quite looking as fucked as that.
That's a 10 to hit.
That's
Oh wait, no, it's a 14 to hit.
14's not going to hit either.
Go on, Shadow Spawn. I'm regretting spending the spell slot. 8.
8's not going to hit either. So up next is going to be Cultist 2, and he is going to take his multi-attack on Lubnub, as is regular Cultist. Which is... Lubnub, you watch as this cultist claps his hands together and points directly at you and shoots 3 beams of black energy. That's a 25 to hit, 19 to hit, and a 26 to hit. That 26 is a nat 20. So, you get the sense that these guys cannot do this indefinitely, but on those 3 attacks you are going to take a total of 22, 43, 52 necrotic.
Yep, I'm out.
You watch
That's rough, buddy.
as Cultist 2 drops Lubnub.
Yeah, that's real rough.
Cultist 1 is going to try the same thing on you, Stan.
Nah, mate, I'd dodge.
23 to hit, 20, and a 13.
Miss.
So you take 22 necrotic damage.
Oh. A heart.
And then that is the end of their turn. Cultist 1 is going to take another attack at you, Vinny.
Yes.
And that is a nat 20 again.
Oh, damn.
But it's only 6 damage.
Oh, that's brutal.
Up next is Lubnub. I'm going to need that first death save. Actually, you've not dropped today yet.
I never took a long rest.
Neither you did.
So
Why did you
relentless
bring that up?
endurance. Because I ain't no bitch.
So I need a death saving
You
throw
got-
from Lubnub.
Okay. Right.
What type of save is that again? Is that con? Or is that a straight
It's
roll?
just a constitution.
Constitution check.
Saving throw.
Oh, well, saving throw changes it from a 6 to a 9.
You fail your first death save.
Oh.
As you do, Lubnub, as your vision starts going black, you start to see before you this image of yourself walking through the nearest door in full plate mail with the golden armour and the golden aura of the wealth and the richness and the leadership, and you hear in your own voice, "Need a hand, friend?" With that, Faceless Cultist has been let go. And he is going to immediately turn to you, Stan, and cast Ray of Frost.
Oh, that's one of the worst spells could have cast on me, actually.
He doesn't know that.
Both of us have resistance to this fucking spell.
That is a goddamn another nat 20.
Oh damn! I love if he got max damage, the crit on this Ray of Frost, and even half it still kills me.
You're going to take 20 damage.
Halved
Not yet
is
halved.
over this. Okay, cool. So I take 10.
You do.
How?
10 is still rough for you, though.
That is pretty damn rough.
So, the 3 cultists, you watch as Cultist 2 and Cultist 1 work together to start dragging Lubnub's body off.
And that 20 death save when you fucking need it.
I will say, you're a heavy lad. They don't get far. They are not built for carrying a 13-foot tall giant. Actually, you know what? It actually doesn't make sense that they can move you at all. Let's do athletics check.
To be fair, when no one attacked me, I would be. Oh no, I wouldn't shrink down till my next turn.
Yeah, you don't shrink down. I think you don't shrink down until you.
Oh, if I'm knocked unconscious.
Oh, do you? Well, then they do drag you then.
Yeah. I'm back down to a measly 6 foot something.
But Cultist 2 does risk attacks of opportunity from the shadow, so you get 1 attack for your shadow.
Alright, Shadow. I know you've been horrible, but you've gotta land this, buddy. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
That does hit.
Okay, let's see. Okay. That's a D12. So that's 11 damage plus 3. That's 15 damage and 19 damage it takes.
19.
15 damage and 4 cold damage.
They are resistant to neither. That Cultist 2 almost drops from risking that. He looks on death's door. Up next is going to be the faceless cultist who is going to try his luck. He's actually going to try his luck with that shadow because he's not quite sure what it is. 25 to hit and a 24 to hit. So it takes 11 damage.
It's still alive. Kind of.
Up next is going to be Lubnub. You have your second death save.
Right. 1 in 20 chance and all that bollocks.
That's a 5%. We win these.
We missed the 5%, but a 24 does keep me.
A 24 does keep you up. Or rather, it lets you not die.
Mm-hmm.
As you are being dragged off, this armoured figure starts clinking towards you. My friend, just accept the help that you so desperately need. And you watch as he unbuttons his gauntlet and offers it out to you.
Nope.
One way or another, Lubnub,
Armor.
you will take this if needed. And you hear a deep rumble. Or else. Up next is going to be Faceless Cultist.
Yay!
Who's actually going to... He's actually going to stick with his fancy dagger and he's going to stab Stan twice.
Ah, asshole.
Oh, he doesn't get advantage with you. Ooh, it's only an 18 to hit on the first one.
Nice.
Oh, and he rolls a natural 2 on the next one.
Well, that's embarrassing.
You watch as it's almost like he stabs right into the armor, expecting it to deal damage, and then you almost watch as barbs fly off. One catches in his hand, and he recoils back immediately and is like, oh fuck, just misses the chance for the second attack altogether.
Overconfidently forgets he's not fighting someone who fights with their bare flesh.
Up next
man,
is
I will.
Stan himself.
You know what? Would I notice that Lubnub would have the same kind of not healing thing as my weapon? Or would that just go flying over my head?
I don't believe Lubnub has any necrotic damage.
No, he means like when he
Oh, you
stabbed
mean
me previously.
would you
Got-
recognise that he had? Yes, you can very plainly see that he is being eaten away by whatever this weapon was.
Well, I don't want to use Evil One, but I got a flex on him to assert dominance. Neat shtick, mine does the same, and I'm gonna just use both attacks, one with the not healing one with the good one, on him.
Excellent. So your first attack is with your black sickle. Make
Yes,
me
my
your
first
attack
attack.
roll.
Nat 20. 29.
On a nat 20, the devil, as you're swinging, you feel time stop fully around you. You're conscious, you can see that everything's been frozen, and just walking along the tip of the blade is like a 4-inch tall version of that devil Stan. And he says, you know, Stan, I could really soup this up for you if you were willing to just do a little bit more for me.
I mean, that sounds really good, but what's the little bit more? I'm kind of busy right now.
I'll tell you what, Stan. This one's on the house. A little taste of what would happen if you allowed me to awaken.
Oh, nice, on the house.
Vinny, with your natural 20, roll 10d10 necrotic with it.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so let's see. Starting off with a base, that's 7 damage. Would it double the fire damage it also dealt?
It would, yes.
Double the amount of dice. Okay, so that's 7 slashing.
So that's 20
13
so
fire,
far, and then 10d10 necrotic.
and then a delightful 45 extra damage.
So, Stan, describe to me what happens as this cultist dies with his life force being eaten away by your sickle.
Starting from the bottom, I'm just going to cut upwards and bifurcate him as the necrotic energy just eats away both sides slowly.
You watch as both sides wither away and crumble to dust, all of the moisture going into your blade. Your blade fully ignites in that hellfire bright red, and as it drinks in the blood, you watch that hellfire red turn to black light fire and that purple black glow of necrotic flame. And then you feel all that power fade in an instant.
Oh, it was just a take. Well, I'm gonna turn the second cultist that's next to my shadow. Actually, would I get pack tactics to advantage to him?
No, you don't
I'm
get
not
pack tactics, you're not a wolf.
If you
No,
flank,
but
you would
there's-
get advantage to him.
If you were flanking, you would get advantage, but you do not get pack tactics. If you want to run round,
Thing.
it's definitely
I'm just
not
not-
the same thing.
Same thing, really. I will indeed skedaddle around them, not leaving. Pull out the white sickle and just lash at him a little bit as a treat.
Make me a disadvantaged attack roll.
Oh,
A 14 still hits. As you slash into this cultist, your black blade rises to defend the cultist against your white blade, and you overpower your own necrotic blade with the radiant and still slash through with the radiant.
I did not hear any of that.
So roll for damage on your radiant.
I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
I think that
Okay,
might be an
now I
issue
can
on your
hear
side, Vinny.
Yeah, I think that's a Vinny
Yeah, I can
issue.
hear you.
Because I can hear him just
I
fine.
told you.
As you
My
swing, as you swing with your white sickle, the black one rises to defend the cultist, wanting to keep the kills for himself, but you overcome that and you still slash into the cultist.
Hey, come on, man, you got to share.
So roll for damage.
That's 7 1, 1 radiate.
You kill this cultist.
Yeah, and with that kill, I would like to do 2 additional things.
What would you like to do?
Let's see. First of all, I gotta see.
First time he's done anything with that sickle.
First thing, I'm going to use a cursed spectre.
Does that require a spell slot?
No.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Just okay? What does Cursed
I'm
Spectre
just-
do?
It causes the person I kill to arise as a spectre with +4 temp HP additionally that I can control. So I just have
And that's
I've
what your
usually
Spectre
just-
looks like.
jumped these people. Oh yeah, and a +4 bonus to attack rolls, that's nice. And as my turn ends, I'm just gonna command
Well, your
both of
turn
my guys.
your turn doesn't end because you get to command both your guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna command both my guys. Knock out those 2 dragging Lubnub, my friend.
Amazing. So make me your attack rolls. They both definitely, assuming they have more than 15 feet of movement, they can both make it to Cultist 2.
They can. Bad for these. Okay, I said knockout, they're gonna be fine. So he's Shadow's going to multi-attack
Okay.
to knock out.
So your Shadow's multi-attacking Cultist 2.
14 to hit.
14 does hit.
There's a nat 1 to hit.
That one is not going to hit.
Let's Lubnub instead.
Yeah. Lubnub cleaning the teeth, breaking through. Anyway. Okay. That's the delightful 17 cold damage.
17. I was going to say, if it was taking 10 damage that you rolled on the dice, he had 1 hit point left.
Mhm.
But it is 17, so you
Yeah.
drop this lad.
And now, the Spectre. I would like for the Spectre to... Well, that's rather unfortunate. He only has life drain as an attack. But you know what?
Yes.
Do if him give me a Constitution saving throw. And a surviving one.
Con saving throw. 17.
It passes.
So does it take no damage or half damage?
Oh my god, I just realised my Vector also reduces max HP.
Yeah, it does.
Takes no damage.
It takes no damage. So with his turn, this cultist is going to, some would say,
Render?
panic. And he's going to do that spell burst, that necrotic burst again. So that is a natural 1 on the first shadow. And then
Ooh,
that is a 20 to hit, dealing 26 damage to the Spectre. Is it resistant to necrotic?
that's a good question. It's not resistant to necrotic, but it's resistant to pretty much everything else.
Well, then it takes 26 damage.
Immune to necrotic.
Then it
immune
takes
to
no
necrotic.
damage whatsoever, and it's going to turn to the Spectre just as panicked. That's an 11 to hit on the Spectre.
Miss.
You
Miss.
couldn't have rolled those against me. You had to roll fucking amazing to smash me in the back.
Yeah, that burst is 3d10, and you tanked 3 of them. 1 of them was a crit. So you took 12d10 damage there for your last round, and he is gonna skedaddle.
No, you got to clutch up. Does he attack of opportunity?
No, he doesn't. He was out of range.
Oh. That's rough, buddy.
So he's gonna skedaddle, and then Lubnub, I need a death save from you.
It's not a nat 20, but it's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. As you are still hanging on to life, this armoured figure kneels before you, and he says, "It's okay to accept help. It's okay to be better than you are."
Fucking rage if it's gonna happen when Lubnub wakes up.
If you only had the money, I'm sure you could pay to have this problem fixed. There are mercenaries out there far more skilled than you, whose job it is to handle these things. My advisors tell me regularly the safest place to command from is from high above ground, away
Gonna
from the
murder
battle.
someone. Someone's dying today.
And Stan, it's your turn. Because you've killed the other 2, and you've raised one of them back up.
And I'd like to tell my 2 guys, track down that last guy and knock him out. I'm gonna run over to Lubnub, pull out some food, wave it in front of his mouth and go, "Come on Lubnub, get up, come on Lubnub, wake up." Trying to medicine, if I can pull out any barbs.
Yeah, you could actually give me a medicine check. You look at these barbs, and you can see that while he is unconscious, they are all just sitting there. You get the sense that he has not been taking damage only by, like, the sheer luck of they seem to be attracted to living things, and he's not living at the moment. So you get the sense that if you don't take these out while he's unconscious, he's going to immediately start taking damage again on his turn from them. But
Got it.
it's up to you if you would rather remove the barbs or try and bring him back to consciousness.
I gotta remove the barbs. I gotta try my very best.
Make me a medicine check. It's only DC 12.
Can I use cook's utensils to help?
No.
Oh.
Do you have a medicine kit?
16.
You still succeed. So, Lubnub, from your unconsciousness, you see this armoured figure is eclipsed by Stan as he steps to kneel exactly where that armoured figure was. And you watch him just going, "Here, Lubnub, here," and he's got a big wheel of cheese, comically trying to get you up, and then he's like, "Ah, shit, you're bleeding," and then he pulls out chef's tongs, and he's just scooping bits of you out with these barbs.
Sorry, look, I'll get you back. You'll be
He's
back
got
up and fighting no
he's
time.
got a salad bowl in one hand and tongs in the other, and he's just scooping barbs out of you with blood and tissue.
Amazingly, I
Sorry,
think
bud.
that Cam's Lubnub back a bit as he's too busy looking at Stan pull bone out him with fucking tongs.
It's alright. Oh, that one's not barb. That's a rib. They'll grow back.
How'd you pull a rib out my arm?
I like that. You've been stabbed in the arm, and he's going so far deep up the arm, he's going into your, like, elbow deep in Lubnub, just like, here, I'll get them. Stan, as you put these barbs into the salad bowl, you can see that they are vibrating a little bit, and you can see that they are trying to travel up the bowl toward you.
No, stop that. No, stop that. Do I have all of them in the bowl?
You succeeded, so yes, you completely cure him. But you do
Awesome.
you do get the sense that you have not disarmed this weapon. You have just removed those barbs. You're not sure how long they last, but you've now got a salad bowl filled with barbs, and that's 2d4 worth of barbs.
Got it. I would like to flip it upside down onto the ground, set a rock on top of it so that it can't get through.
You can see that your shadow and spectre run off into this area, and I will... You've been in this room. As you look around this room, you recognise this as the gnome room.
Oh god, that poor cultist.
So, Stan, you've had your turn. You've sent your spectres off. Lubnub, it's your turn again.
Better bet that fucking 20. I did not want those fucking gauntlets. It's a 6. Yeah, 16. Because I rolled a con check by accident, should be a 16.
No problem. You beat the 10. Is that your final save?
I am now stable.
So you watch as Lubnub is stable. Stan, you can hear the barbs in the bowl start viciously. It's like you've captured a hive of bees in there. They are viciously vibrating around, and you realise that Lubnub is breathing normally again. He is unconscious. You know that this would last up to 4 hours, but it's only an action to wake someone up when they're unconscious. So if you want to spend an action, you can wake him up. And it is your
There's
turn.
no barbs. Come on, buddy, wake up. Please tell me there's no barbs. You got this, bud.
You use your
Don't really
action.
cheat. I will use my action.
Then Lubnub, you come back to life. And as you look around, you do not see any evidence of your armoured self.
I'm still in a fight.
Oh yes, and you can't hear where the cultist has gone. You heard and seen everything that was going on in the fight, so you watched Stan kill 3 of them.
Half my movement to stand up, I guess, so 20 feet.
It is indeed.
I will... Is that 10 feet to the door?
It's about that, yeah. Yeah, you're about 10 feet to... 10 feet would get you here.
Right.
You want to look through this other thing?
Yep.
I think that you can just about make out Cultist 1's movements. You probably can't quite see him, but you can just see his name tag there. You can probably hear that he's running that way.
I will use my last 10 feet to move where I assume is the Spectre.
Yeah, you can move to about here if you'd like.
Infuriated that I was almost shackled like a fucking dog, I will rage. Final time for today. And I'm now holding them all. And fuck this guy. It's got to be a non-lethal attack. Because
I will
this is the one that
remind you,
knocked me out as well, right?
this isn't the guy that knocked you out, but it is the first one that ran to go grab you, to capture you.
Yeah, I fucking hate this motherfucker, if you get what I'm saying here.
Yes.
And using my...
But I will remind you that you are not able to do non-lethal from ranged.
Okay. Well, fuck him anyway.
Like, Lubnub would know this. So that's why I'm reminding you.
So I've only got my action left. And I've got 1 HP. Yeah. I'm going to throw my maul at him twice. As it will do the returning aspect.
Yes, it will indeed. Make me 2 attack rolls with your
First attack.
newly awakened maul. So Stan, this is the first time you, and I also didn't move you up. So you're actually here because you moved up to be with Lubnub. So this is the first time you see Lubnub use this awakened maul. As he goes to throw it, it starts glowing with a blood red aura.
And is also on fire. And I assume is about to insult me as I just rolled the nat 1.
As you throw it and it clinks off the wall, Lubnub, you hear the clinking of armoured footsteps in the room behind you. And you hear a voice saying, "I thought I'd lost you there, friend. It seems I'm back to stay. Are you sure I can't give you a hand? It wouldn't be too hard. We could get you some training. I'm sure we could pay for a tutor."
Yeah, fuck this guy into oblivion. He's not surviving if I hit. It's only a 9, but plus 12 takes me to 21.
21 is going to hit.
So,
Oh, damn, really?
let's start rolling all the dice, shall we?
So would you like to tell our lovely audience at home what your awakened damage is?
So my awakened damage is I roll it all out because there's a lot of dice involved for this time round. To start with, the basic weapon does 19 points of damage. Then we get to the fact that I have grown to truly hate this cultist and everything they stand for, so I get to add 2d10 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Which takes us to another 11 points of damage.
It does.
And finally, I get to add my subclass 1d6 elemental cleaver damage, which is part of me raging. Which he takes 2 points of fire damage.
This cultist is still standing after all that. But he does not look great. You get the distinct impression that if you were to have landed both those hits and they were of similar quality, you would have killed him in one turn. But it is his turn again.
How far away is he from me?
He's exactly 10 feet.
Oh, he's in my melee range.
What's he gonna do? Let's
Please
have a look.
run.
Let's have a look at his spell sheet just in case.
Please run.
I mean, he just needs to hit Lubnub once and he's down. But he doesn't know that. He watched this man die and get up 6 seconds later. Well, 18 seconds later.
Yep. He's gonna take his... Yeah. He's gonna look back and chuck a dagger at you in desperation. As a 20 to hit.
Fucking hits.
You
Down
take
again.
6 damage.
Yep, down again.
And he disappears. Let's measure out how far he can get. Yeah, he can get to there. So, Staniel, it is your turn. You watch Lubnub get stabbed in the chest.
Stop that.
Do I keep my fails?
No, you fully reset because you succeeded.
So, I'm gonna run up to Lubnub and just tell my spectres, catch him. What are you doing? Just catch him. Knock him out.
You hear from your other spectre, I tried too fast.
Please, it's alright. I'm sure I'm gonna look at the chat. I'm sure he has something for that. Just, you got this, please. I'm just gonna run.
Can your entities take the dash action?
I'll check it. It doesn't say about the shadow, but he does have something. Oh.
Oh.
No, but the spectre can, however, go through walls.
Oh, okay.
So,
really
that's going to be a
conveniently,
bit faster than the spectre.
the shadow can go through walls or the spectre can?
Spectre can go through walls.
So your spectre vanishes. And then the shadow runs round and also vanishes. Just so you're
I
aware,
would like
Stan,
to-
that's only 15
Yeah.
feet of movement.
Perfect.
Just as a reminder.
Lubnub, we gotta stop meeting like this, buddy. Come on, just wake up, goddammit. I know you're stronger than this.
Are you looking to give him advantage on his death save?
I'm looking to just, yeah, give him advantage.
Excellent. Lubnub, make a new death save with advantage.
That only rolled once. That's a nat 20.
Oh,
You say we gotta stop meeting like this, and Lubnub, you hear an armoured person saying, perhaps this one could teach you. He seems to be a knight. There is much you could learn from an armoured man. I'm sure he could find you the same tutors he paid for. And you feel the rage course through you, and you are brought back up from death out of pure spite.
That's the start of my turn, right?
It is indeed, yes.
Half my movement to stand up.
It is, yes.
I'm not done. 5, 10, 15.
Let me
What do I
just
see,
show
brother?
you. I'm just showing you.
oh, the spectre.
So it's 15 to get there. 20. Bonus action dash, because no.
You can use an action dash.
Nope. I'm an orc, remember?
Oh, yes, sorry, you get bonus action dash, so you get another 30, no?
I can adrenaline rush to get another 40, because I'm
Oofed.
a barbarian.
So you
And I
can
get-
actually get all the way here if you'd like.
I get another... I have 1 HP, plus 3 temporary hit points. Which I'm applying them now, because I'll probably burn through them and go down again. Be consistent on this channel. I'm going to reckless try and punch him twice. This time it will be
Non-lethal.
non-lethal.
Roll me your first attack.
22 to hit,
22 does hit.
6 points of damage.
Oh yeah, you're not
Second.
raging.
Nope, nat 20 on the second.
Unfortunately, that does only double the 1, so it means you do 7 damage.
But I am pummeling into this guy.
And Stan, as you can see, your spectre is right next to him. You can make an attack if you want, but I will remind you that if he does necrotic damage, it will be lethal. And this thing is looking pretty fucked. And your spectre was told to capture, so it would be able to judge. It reckons it would kill it.
My Spectre has no more movement, does it?
No.
Oh. I just want it to kind of go booga booga.
It does so. Lubnub, you watch as it starts just going ooga, ooga.
Now back to the all-important turn.
Now it's
Now,
back to the
shadow has a
cultist.
turn. The shadow
Can he
has a
do?
turn.
The shadow took his turn.
Stan hasn't had the turn though.
You told me it couldn't dash.
It couldn't, which means it still has a turn.
Well, it means it still has an action.
Oh, an action, yeah.
What would it like to do for its action?
Well, I'm hoping Lubnub has reached that level of Barbarian, but I would like for it to cast Dreadful Scream. I would like Lubnub and the cultist to make a wisdom saving throw.
What happens on failure?
You get frightened.
I'm already immune to being frightened because of what happened with the grades.
Cultist,
Oh.
give me a wisdom saving throw.
I made 2 by accident. The first one was an 11, which I presume fails.
Yeah, it fails instantly.
So
It's
what happens
frightened.
on failure? So, frightened, at the start of his turn, he tries to run. Which means, Lubnub, you do get an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Of course. 27 to hit. Another 6 points of damage.
Describe to me how you knock this cultist out. And as you do so, make me a wisdom saving throw to see if you can contain your extra rage.
So as he goes to run, I grab him by the back of the collar, pull him back, with the other hand, I'll then grab him by like the base of the shirt,
Yeah.
hoist him over my head, and slam him headfirst into the concrete.
And give me a wisdom saving throw.
With a +0! Nat 20!
You keep your shit together, and you remember that you need someone alive. And as you are fading from this rage, as you are feeling it ebb away from you just slightly, you hear that voice. I suppose a victory, no matter how sloppy, is still a win.
I want to think what Lubna would actually shout, because I know what he would shout, but Twitch wouldn't like that.
You're that Twitch, we're doing this for you.
For the Twitch viewers and YouTube viewers, you can just imagine that some very obscene, probably some very traditional Scottish insults are yelled that echo around the sewer for a good while.
And with that, we exit combat. So, Stan, as you saunter round the corner, you see Lubnub holding Cultist 1 as he is unconscious.
Oh, hey, buddy. Glad to see you work that whole kerfuffle out.
How the fuck do you get down here?
Oh, well, I was told you were in a fight and I knew you went to the sewer, so... I was just lucky enough that I went down the exact ladder closer to this. Can you... That's so lucky I got here and... I don't have a watch. What's a watch? A sundial. 12 seconds! Can you believe that?
No.
Neither could I, but I got here.
Did you kill them all?
Oh.
Or did you actually
I
leave
left
any
one
alive?
Don't worry, I got that guy that kept stabbing you in the arm, but I did leave one alive.
That's the one I wanted alive.
In fairness, I don't think he would have told us anything. These guys seem more prone to actually being afraid of death.
Stan, in the distance, you hear
Well done, and also, can't your cleric speak to the dead? Take his head. I would never usually condone that. It feels wrong. It feels wrong to suggest, but take his head.
That whispered voice. I'm just gonna put the good second and go, wow, you're helping me. It's the first I've heard you say.
I'm trying, buddy. You're not making this easy on me.
I'm not. I'm not trying to be the other
Lubnub, you
guy's
only
cue.
hear at Stan's part of this conversation, so the sentences you hear is he looks at his inanimate blade and he says, "Oh, you're helping me." I'm trying. I'm not, buddy. I'm not.
Well, I'm really trying not to pick sides here, but you're not making it easy on me either. The other guy's so useful in a fight.
Did you pull
Hmm?
bone out of me with tongs?
I hope no, I tried not to. I tried. Well, that bone, the bad bone, the bone that was eating you, I pulled that out.
I give him a pat on the shoulders. I walk past. You're alright.
As
Not
Thanks,
fucked the
buddy.
head.
you
Come on,
walk
gang.
past, into the back into the main room, you can see as you pass through the gnome room, the vibrating in the salad bowl has not stopped yet.
Lubnub, Lubnub,
Hmm?
we can contain that and throw it at somebody.
Let's roll a patience check for Lubnub.
A wisdom saving throw.
On a nat 1, I assume my rage is too great and I bring my warhammer down, try to crush them.
Stan, you watch as your salad bowl is shattered to pieces as Lubnub crashes in past, shattering the rock that you used on top, straight through the rock, straight through the salad bowl, straight onto the concrete, leaving a huge dent, and the buzzing stops.
My salad bowl. You're getting me a new one.
Pretty sure you could afford another one.
That's been in my family for my generation.
And it's a bowl.
I was kind of hoping I could pass it down to my family and keep the chefing in the business, but
You're planning to adopt.
well, maybe I don't know. I think it'd be nice to have people running around my house and my nice little kitchen slash house on top of the hill where when the sun hits it just right.
I love that the intended comment there went over Stan's head in game. And Lubnub does not elaborate on the fact he thinks Stan's not going to be able to have children.
Yeah, don't worry. I didn't go over Vinny's head, but it sure went over Stan's.
And did the faceless cultist get cut in two? Or is there a head to be taken?
He did indeed get cut in two, but for mechanical purposes, you said bifurcated, which means he would be split in two. But again, for mechanical purposes, I will remind people that mending works on objects, which I'm
That guy has
sure
some
someone
kind
in the
of
party
point.
has.
That guy had semi-good regeneration. We can cut his head off and hold it together until it connects again. That'll work.
If you say so. With the bladed side of them all.
You take both sides of this person's head.
Alright, now, just hold them together, tie it up with a bit of string or rope, and we should probably tie up the...
I tie both halves to you, mate.
Are they at least
but I'm going to...
together? Well,
I will
hey,
remind
I do
Stan
have...
that you do have a bag of holding.
I have a bag of holding.
If you were given money, you have a bag of holding.
Thank God. Yes, I would put that in my bag of holding.
And then I've got a cultist over each arm, I guess.
So you have cultist 1 over your arms. Cultist 2, I will remind Stan that he did kill.
There's 2 alive though.
No, one of them you reanimated. And the other one you killed.
Faceless cultist 1 and cultist 2.
Yes, and only cultist 1 is alive. Your minions killed cultist 2, and you did not specify.
I thought my minions killed cultist. Well, no, because
No,
cultist...
you killed cultist with your white blade.
Stan killed faceless cultist and cultist.
And then his
And then-
minions killed cultist 2.
Oh, dang it.
Because your minions deal necrotic damage, which is not something you can have.
Not at all. One of them deals slashing and cold.
You also can't do it with cold either, though.
Oh, dang it.
Well, in that case,
Well, we're taking 1. Although, before we run away, I'm going to remember this time. I'm going to loot people.
I'm glad you remembered, because I was like, we should loot them, and I was like, wait, it's Lubnub, he wouldn't.
Yeah, no, because we got to loot them.
Cultist 1 and Cultist 2 have nothing on them except those medallions that have been shown only to Toric, which are the medallions of demonic symboling that represent the entity that they are summoning. And then actual Cultist had 10 gold on him. And on Cultist, Faceless Cultist, you find only that dagger.
Well, might as well. I'm going to try and pick it up, but be very careful about it.
You pick it up.
Well, I'm putting it in the bag and show it to Mad Marvin. Just going to put it in my bag of holding.
Superb. And what else would you like to do with your wonderful evening with a cultist?
I'm gonna rip the medallion off its neck,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go take the spoils to the king. Well, not necessarily king, but he's going in a cell.
So you would like to drag him through the street.
Mhm.
Wonderful. You're carrying him on your shoulder. You're dragging this guy to the cells. And as soon as you get to the main gate of the castle, Stan, you're greeted by Sebastian as he is out for his evening training. It's now like 6 p.m. You guys have had your full day of shopping. You had a late start to the day as well because you were resting up until 1 o'clock. You shopped, you went down to the sewer. About 6 p.m. you get to the castle. Sebastian is out and he's just running laps. In his full plate with no helmet on, just running laps. And as he gets up to you, he says, "Oh, hello. Oh, gosh. What? Is this gentleman okay?"
Wait, how long would it have taken him to get to get from the sewer to the castle?
Maybe half an hour.
Perfect. Both of my guys are still following me. Both of my sons.
Yeah.
So the band that walks up is Stan, who looks pretty okay. Me, who's on quite literally 1 HP and 3 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
An unconscious cultist.
And 2 undead spectres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just walking back.
To his response of, "Oh my god, is that guy okay?" "Yeah, I'm fucking fine."
No, sir, you're
he was-
carrying an unconscious person. You're a warrior, and you're clearly victorious. You can receive medical attention at your leisure. This man is dying, presumably. No?
He's a cultist. He worships We can't talk about it out here, please.
He's a cultist? Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Well, perhaps we should perhaps we should
Take
go
him to the cells.
Yes, the cells was what I was going to suggest.
Yeah.
Well, shall we continue? And he starts following you, Stan, who knows absolutely the way to go as part of the city's peacekeeping force. As you go in through the door, you're getting a lot of strange looks from guards, but as you are being escorted by two members of the actual, like, city's official police-keeping force, you are not actually bothered in any capacity, and you're immediately led down to the cells by Stan and Sebastian. And you find an empty cell.
I will say the entire time Lubnub is incredibly antisocial looking. Not just from the physical wounds, but from being surrounded by people in plate armour.
Yeah.
There's a new level of resentment present.
Yeah.
We should probably handcuff him before he wakes up.
As you place him in the cell, he's still unconscious. It's only been half an hour. Lubnub, you've fought a lot of people. Just a lot of people. And you've knocked out a good few. Most people are knocked out on average for about 2 hours, but out of game is 1d4. So Lubnub would know that it is not without the realms of possibility that this guy will receive consciousness again in the next 15 or so minutes, possibly 3 hours.
Yeah, that's why we're going to put him into one of these cells, which I assume has shackles on the wall.
It does indeed.
And he's getting one of those, and if there's any guards, they're getting told this fucker's a spellcaster. Deal with that.
If he's a spellcaster, perhaps we should gag him.
Yeah, probably for the best.
And make sure that...
We should do.
Do I have a gag on me? He goes to the corner and pulls out just like a cleaning rag from a cupboard.
That'll do.
As you're placing the cleaning rag in, Sebastian says, "Oh, be careful to make sure his tongue's flat or he may suffocate."
Yeah, forgot about that. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Despite having a very well rested night. Just gonna lay under it, put it in his mouth carefully, making sure not to choke him while I'm doing that. I don't want vomit on me. And tie it behind his head.
Excellent. Are you waiting for this person to become conscious?
Might as well.
Oh, before that happens, I do say to the guards present, when you're reporting this, make sure Zuax and Nylaferia aren't brought up to speed.
What?
I will do, sir. Who are Zuax and Nylatheria, may I ask?
Remember the turtle that caused a lot of problems?
Oh yes, that weird, he was trying to have his way with the king's brothers or something.
That's Zuax.
There was also Nylathera, who was also trying to have her way with the King Brothers and the King.
The elf is walking about in very shiny armour.
Oh, the mage.
That one.
Very well. Well, assuming she doesn't know already, I will assume...
When you pass on the information, ensure that whoever you pass it on to
I will be passing this
aware.
on only to my direct superior and possibly to the king.
Yeah, so when you pass that on to them, make sure you tell them not to pass it on yet. Otherwise, you're going to have to deal with a turtle trying to kill this guy, and same again with her, for two different reasons.
I will pass on the message.
And I worked very hard to bring him here.
I can see that. Would you like us to go and get you a healer?
Whiskey.
We can do whiskey. And he leans over. And actually, he's going to turn to both you and Sebastian and say, "Squire, head to the kitchen and grab this fine gentleman a whiskey." And immediately Sebastian is like, "Yes, indeed, sir. Thank you." And then he walks off and looks at you and "You coming?"
You know what? Sure. Lubnub, don't ruffle up too much.
Bring back salt. As much as you can.
Ooh, do you want some vinegar as well?
There's a genuine moment where Lubnub was like getting ready to go into his hard man persona and he snaps back. He's like, yeah. Forgetting, like, this is meant to be a fucking knight he's working with.
Don't worry, I clicked on that. Ooh, salt. Alright, come on, Sebastian. Whiskey, salt, and vinegar.
A wondrous cocktail indeed. And he walks
Your
off.
thing, but
Both you and Sebastian walk off to the kitchens. I presume, Lubnub, you stay in the cell.
Oh yeah.
It takes Stan and Sebastian about half an hour to walk to the kitchens to interact with the people that work there and you each get a kilo of salt, a good litre of vinegar, and then just like a bottle of nice whiskey. And in that time, Lubnub, you watch as the cultist awakens. He rolled a 1 on his d4, he wakes up in an hour. So while they're away, he woke up.
And it takes him an hour to come back, right?
It takes him half an hour. So the cultist, you get about 15 minutes of angrily staring at him, and then he wakes up, and there will be about 15 minutes before Stan comes back.
Cool. Lubnub is just chewing into some rations as I'm trying to take a short rest.
Over the course of the next half hour, you can take a short rest.
Okay. Am I able to get myself hit points back?
Yeah, that's a short rest. You got half an hour is a short rest. Half an hour to an hour is a short rest.
Okay. I roll 3 hit points plus my giantish constitution aspects. So 30 plus...
Jeez.
Yeah, it's D12s, baby.
I forget, barbarians get the D12 on a short rest.
Where is it?
And I will remind you, your 52 is your max hit points, not...
I don't know what I know.
You were not reduced further than 52.
So, plus a 6 for each hit point spent, so that's 36, 42, 52, I think. I'm fully healed.
Amazing. At the end of your short rest, you can, like, this cultist wakes up halfway through your short rest and is, like, struggling against the chains with fear in his eyes as you just eat a meal calmly in front of him. Which is arguably a status move in and of itself, as he's trying to talk and you're just eating and resting. Stan, you come back and Lubnub looks like all of his wounds have closed. That barbarianism of him, the tribalness and the natural, like, muscularity to the fact that he is an orc. He's healed all the open wounds. He's still got the bright red bleeding aspect of, like, scabbed over stab wounds. But you can see that he is significantly thinner. Like, this is a guy that went from Lubnub's body type to, like, swimmer body type. And that he is, like, physically smaller in the space that he's in.
can Stan roll intelligence for something to click?
Sure.
Oh, that's a 7. Ian. Oh, Lubnub, you're skin and bones. After this, we need to get you some more food.
As he mentions that, Lubnub, you do notice your physique is much smaller. You are not physically recovering to the same bulk that you were. Whatever that knife done, it ate away part of your physicality.
Yeah.
Oh, on the bright
He
side,
doesn't acknowledge it.
we got some salt, some vinegar, and a nice bottle of whiskey for you.
Watch Lubnub just stare into the eyes of this cultist as he drinks a litre of vinegar unblinking, eats a kilo of salt unblinking, and then downs a bottle of whiskey at the end, as this cultist is just having the most confusing night of his life.
Do you want to drink first, Stan?
I'll have a sip. I've never had whiskey that's nice, being honest. I want to see if it jogs some memories of recipes. But after that, what was yours, my friend?
You pour yourself a nice glass. Sebastian has come with 3 crystal tumblers.
Then I will pour them each a glass, and then I just down the bottle.
No, Sebastian. We're not mixing vinegar and salt into this. It's just whiskey.
Oh, I was rather excited for the new flavour. I was wondering if this was some sort of orcish tradition. I've never been drinking
even
with
more-
orc.
Is he even more confused when I pour whiskey into the tumbler, mistaking it for a cup?
No, the whiskey is like he is fully happy to take whiskey in the tumbler.
Yeah, so I poured him each a shot of whiskey in the tumbler, and then I want to down that bottle.
You down that bottle of whiskey. Give me just a con save with advantage.
Advantage with friends.
Oh god. 25, it doesn't even touch me.
Oh, you're feeling a buzz. There's no way that doesn't touch you. You just don't feel queasy or... And I think there's a small part of Lubnub that realises a large part of your constitution in general is your bulk. And I think you feel that as a like, that hit a little harder than I was expecting it to. I had to really centre myself a second there.
Now we can begin.
Sebastian, it's probably best if you continue your training. Do a couple more laps. Report this to Tormund if you can.
If that is what you wish.
Thank you, Sebastian, but I believe we can take it from here.
He gives a low bow in his armour. And then he
I
walks
told
off.
you don't have it. We're the same thing.
It's a sign of respect, my friend.
You want to show your
Excellent.
respect to me? Just look me in the eyes.
He holds out his hand to shake.
And put her there, pal. Handshake.
Absolute bro moment of just the...
Terminator.
It's not Terminator, it's Predator.
Ah, but there's one in Terminator as well.
So, what are you up to? Now that this cultist... The only reason I've not been talking as this cultist is because you have gagged him, so this entire time
Oh, yeah.
you can imagine that there is grunting going on.
Yeah. It's been very purposeful. He is gagged at watching Lubnub just sit there and eat. Waited for the allies to come back. He now sees there's salt and vinegar sitting there. An empty bottle in Lubnub's hand. So here's how this is gonna go. You give me what I want. You get to keep living. You don't give me what I want. You get to die and go to your Baylor, and you get to be all happy. Is what you think will happen.
He sort
I know.
of nods a little slowly.
I know guys who can fix that. You'll die and go elsewhere.
You can tell that he doesn't believe you. Give me a performance check. Or an intimidation, sorry, it would be.
Not very good, only a 10.
A 10. You can see, not that this guy doesn't believe you, have friends that could do some magic. You get the sense that this guy doesn't believe your friends are more powerful than his friends. That's the vibe you're getting from this guy at the moment, is the just like... He's coming at you with my dad's cooler than your dad energy.
Now here's the part that works in your favour. Second I tell Zuax that you exist down in this cell, he's down here, and he's binding your soul to the one below. I've already seen him do it.
You see the man... His expression looks confused.
Yeah. It was something scary. Something to behold, I'll tell you. He
Thing is,
spent
right
that
now he doesn't even know you exist.
dangerous
So,
afterlife I've ever seen.
so right now, you're good. Your soul gets to go exactly where you're wanting it to go. But you fuck me about. I don't really have two qualms about telling him where you are. But I can tell you he's more of an excited to send fucks like you to his god. Ground rules established clear enough for you?
You get a slow nod in return.
Try any funny business, and we're gonna see just how much pain you can endure before pain becomes proper pain again.
I just
Capiche?
realized something as well. This poor guy is in denial that we can send souls to other places. I've bound one of his friend's souls to this world, and they had to watch it dissipate after I kidnapped them.
But you did, like, you know it dissipated. You bound it to this world for a little longer, not permanently. That soul
Does he
went
know where?
somewhere else afterwards.
Nah. I'll take the gag out his mouth, but it's still kind of wrapped around his neck.
So, what's your questions?
What do you know about undead doppelgangers?
Huh. Well, I am, in the interest of self-preservation, I'd like to say a lot, but I also don't want to lie to you. So, my honest answer is that they exist.
Very least
Nobody
you
in that set.
uh,
Sorry, I spoke over Stan there.
Yeah, what was that, Stan?
at the very least, we know he didn't lie about that.
That's all you know about them, is that they exist.
Oh, hold on. It's not all I know. They've
Well,
been
fucking talk
they've
then!
been taking bodies. I know that. I know there's been some missing bodies.
Who's?
Missing.
I know they had Edwards, the king's brother. I know they had the king's brother at some point. I think they lost it though. It was given to us to guard. As far as
Given by who?
I don't know. I'm sure someone does. I'm sure someone in the organization knows.
We're in the same cells where I killed. Well, I didn't. No, I did kill the Edward doppelganger.
I think you did, yeah.
I did get the final blow. Are we close to that cell?
For convenience sake, we'll say it's the very same cell.
I say, is his blood still on the floor?
No, that would have
Okay.
definitely been cleaned. It's been like 4 days.
You have no idea the irony in what you just said.
Is that a good thing?
I'm the reason you don't have that body anymore.
You're who attacked us?
Twice now, motherfucker.
Right, so
You took down the whole thing? Just the
what
two
was
of
his
you?
name? Yuri again? Was that their name? That
Yeah.
name ring a bell?
Yuri was one of our leaders, one of our top leaders.
Yeah, well, his head's in the bag now.
Body.
And that was you two?
I just give him a slow nod as the realization of how fucked he is dawns on him.
Yeah.
So, what else can I do for you?
You start giving me information about your cult. We already know about the Baylor part, but you're trying to summon that.
The Baylor,
What more?
yeah.
What more have you got since our attack on you?
I know that we're, I know that we're close. I know that we're supposed to be close. I don't know the exact number or exact target, but I know we've reached 112.
How many leaders left?
Three left. It was four. There was four of them.
Gotta give me names if you can.
This is the biggest problem. Is Yuri was kind of the face.
Oh. You have their home address?
No, I know that one of them's old. An older man, a much older man. I think he's human from the age. And I know that one of them's an elf, a female elf.
No.
And I don't know anything about the last one. He's a bigger man, muscular. The robes don't hide very well. He usually wears armor.
There you go. That's very good information. I give him a little slap on this. Not enough. See that like condescending
Yeah.
head slap. That's very good.
A little
So
question.
far, you're doing very good at avoiding Zoox.
So, the elf, would you say they're particularly sneaky, somewhat snarky, and likes to avoid disclosing information?
Well, I would say by nature of me not knowing who they are, probably sneaky. But I've never heard their voice, so I don't know if they're snarky.
Where else have you been meeting up?
Always the sewer. Always. There's such an underground tunnel down there that there's not much point anywhere else. That's the easiest place to get secrecy.
I give him just a look of like, just seriously. You've given me a blanket statement.
Roll me an intimidation check again.
Very clear, but I'm looking for more. Fuck me. I've got passable intimidation, but just not passable luck. Is it's only a 9?
He's like, listen, man. I don't. There's not like tunnel markers down there, or anything. There's not like a map.
The same part of the sewer every time, different parts.
No, different.
There you go.
Quite a lot. We would go down to where you found us. That temple of the old temple of Antarak. That became a favourite of some of our members. It was quite clean. There's places to sit. There's lots of privacy. It's near the centre of town, means everyone can get there. It's not too suspicious for people to go in the centre of town and then kind
What
of
time's
one
it?
by one go down.
You were setting up for a meeting tonight, weren't you?
Yes. Although I suspect as soon as the first ones come down, they will not remain.
When's the meeting?
It's supposed to be midnight.
When did the first ones roughly arrive?
I don't know, man. Between 11 and 12.
That's all I need to know. And I give him a wee slap. I don't actually give him a slap in the face this time. It's the like an actual like well done pat on the shoulder there. You're doing a good job here. Like I said, the deal's on the table is I don't kill you. You get to keep living a life. Whatever happens with the guards happens with the guards, and then you go about your business.
Whatever happens with the guards happens. Okay.
But frankly, I'm not going to kill you. As long as you keep giving me good shit. Well, that's a slight misinformation. I won't have Zoox come see you first, then I'll kill you. That's the bad option for you, obviously.
But either way I die?
Well, if Zoox comes and sees you, your soul gets the whole sent to his god, the one below. I don't know the god.
An horrible afterlife that doesn't help anyone.
Who's the one below?
I don't fucking know. Kept me around long enough though.
Okay.
Alternative.
I just
Two
gotta
corporate.
say, the one below. Are you speaking of a devil?
Highly doubt it.
Probably not. They seem rocky. More like Earth.
Yeah.
A god of earth. Interesting. Strange.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
And I.
I get some space company.
So,
What else you got about your cult?
if I answer your questions, if I give you something good, you'll leave me to the legal system.
That's exactly what I'm saying to you.
Do you swear it?
Don't suppose you've heard the name Lubnub going about? Or you're too...
No.
The boogeyman of the woods.
Nah, just give it up, Stan.
The boogeyman of the woods?
Yeah. I heard people calling him that.
I don't do lies. Unlike you city folk and your shitty walls. If I say something, I fucking mean it.
He's honest to a fault.
So, I'm telling you, you give me something good, I leave you to the legal system. You fuck me about, I'm gonna test how far you can enjoy pain, and then I'm gonna tell my friend exactly where you are, wait for him to come down here, and steal your soul for his god or whatever the shit clerics do. And then I'm gonna continue to have more fun with your body until you pass on. That's the two options in front of you right now.
If I tell you a name of someone higher than me, will that be enough?
Depends
As
on
long
the
as it's
name.
not one we've heard already.
Depends on the name. I ain't gonna lie in that aspect. If you don't impress me, then
But if I give you a good name,
you give me a good name. Right now, it's better for you to give me everything you got.
one of our... We had 4 leaders. You killed Yuri. We needed a new face. Someone to go round the city, to be undetected, to be recruiting, to be stashing the bodies and to be killing. Nicholas Antera.
Motherfucker. Is there guards in the room to have heard this information, so it's not just coming from us two?
There would be a guard unless you had specifically told them
Nope.
not to be. They would be there. And if you had told them not to be, they would likely have gone to go get a supervisor or something.
I would not have sent away the guards.
So the guard standing in here that sent Stan away to go get the whiskey is the same guard that hears this. He seems to be just some sort of turnkey, some sort of jailer.
And I just want someone out with our group to also be a witness to this information.
Yeah.
It's a very good fucking name to pass on.
I thought it was going to be Piss Pants again.
Who's Piss Pants?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I'm sorry.
I do have a couple of follow-up questions. You said there was a large muscular man who is one of the leaders.
I presume he's muscular. He wears armor. Like I said, that the robes don't hide the armor very well. He seems strong. He's easily 6.5 foot tall.
What do
Hello.
they smell of?
What do they smell of?
Yeah, anything...
I
Overcut.
really don't want to be not useful, but we do meet in the sewer system.
Does
So
it smell salty when they're around?
no. It smells like
Aye.
piss and shit the entire time we meet.
You need to get better meeting conditions? How are you going to smell your friends?
We don't.
Lubnub takes a couple of steps back. He's got to let fucking Stan just be Stan.
Okay. Next question. The extremely old one. Male or female?
Male.
Got it. Any gauge on height? Any accents?
Let me just pull up his details. I'm pretty sure. Where did I put it?
Pretty entertaining, but under allies is Nicholas, and now under enemies is Nicholas. Muscular, armored man. Old guy.
Don't forget the half-elf sneaky one.
Oh no, I've already put an elf woman.
Not half elf, he said elf.
Oh.
He maybe 5'5", 5'6", something like that.
You know if they're a martial or a spellcaster?
I've never seen them fight, but they look thin. They look old. If I had to guess, I would say spellcaster. A lot of the higher ups have actual deals with this demon.
What is the end goal of summoning this Baylor?
Hello.
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 The end goal, we're looking to summon him into the city, where we will take over, using the
Where
Baylor's
you-
power. He will be
where you
king
will
and we will be his servants.
I'm so sorry you believe that, but I get the feeling you're just going to be killed and they'll use you as soul coins.
We will be killed, yes, and then our souls will serve him.
That doesn't sound like the greatest use of your time, if I'm being honest.
They will grant us power, and our souls will be everlasting.
You will be a slave.
I'm a slave now. The king is already a tyrant. I already don't have enough power. I don't have any means of improving my life or not.
You're going through King's Quick. Listen. If you make it out of this, fully alive, and you make it out of the legal system battle, find us. I'll give you gold, and you can run away, start a new life, and give up on this.
Start a new
You can
life
go-
where? Doing what?
I'll be a fucking pussy and actually fight for something worthwhile.
I
Anything
am
you
fighting.
But you're fighting for the wrong battle. You're fighting so you can die and be a slave
Everyone's-
instead of.
Everyone's enemies believe they're always fighting for the right side.
Wrong.
You're right on that. Well, right on that.
Conflicting opinions in the room.
I suppose you're mostly right on that, but
You're a
You know-
knight of the king's army. How is my life any different from yours? Would you die for your king?
yes, it's my own choice.
This is mine.
If given the choice, which I have, I want to open a restaurant. And I am going to open a restaurant.
And with that restaurant, you will pay the king's taxes.
I will.
So you'll have spent your entire life working for the pleasure to either die by his side or forever fill his bank.
So you're saying it is better to overthrow one being, one mortal, who will die most likely within your lifetime. There's already been a king dead within your lifetime.
Yes.
Rules change with each new king. You're saying you're going to kill that and replace it with a near immortal Baylor that will rule over you for near infinite amount of time
Yes.
with no changing rules and no freedom.
infinite freedom, chaos, anarchy.
Doesn't sound like much freedom.
No rules other than the rules of strength. No rules of law, no rules of interfering with, if you earn money, you don't have to give it to the king. If you want to kill someone who's in your way, you don't need to explain that to anyone. This is a creature, an entity of pure chaos, of evil chaos.
Okay. Counter argument. You run into the woods with weapons, rations, and camp supplies and live in the woods.
And I will die of old age, regardless of how free my life was. And then what happens to my immortal soul?
You go to whichever afterlife seems more fitting, whichever one you've worked towards.
Yes. And as a murderer, as a cultist, that will be the abyss, where I'll now have a friend, someone who is waiting for me, or who will be brought here, and I will be immortal here. That is what we are fighting for. Not for the right to die and be sent to the abyss, but for the right to bring the abyss here. To have that chaos here. To have that anarchy here.
Thanks. Sorry, sir. What's your name? I never actually got that.
William.
Nice to meet you, William. I'm Stan. I would shake your hand, but unfortunately you are in chains. But think of all the innocent people, all the children, all the people in the orphanages that will die and gain no power.
That's not my
And will
problem.
It will. Over infinity, you'll have some time to think. You'll have some time to think about the other paths.
Perhaps.
It's not always to take the first deal offered.
Do you know how the abyss works? Stan, Knight of the Realm.
Unfortunately, yeah, I kind of got an idea after a little while.
When I die, I will be judged for my sins, and I will be sent to an afterlife. That afterlife could be the 9 hells, or it could be the abyss. I have no illusions for the acts that I've done on what the cosmic justice system believes is correct. I will be sent to a plane of either evil chaos or evil law, and I have not been obeying laws particularly well.
Or you could repent in
When
this
I get
life.
there, when I get to this new place, I will start at the bottom. I will spend eternity at the bottom.
You could work your way up like you planned, never
could.
needing sacrifice a single innocent soul.
I never needed any of it. I didn't need money. I didn't need wealth. I didn't need power. I didn't need to kill my superiors to get to where I am.
That was logic's infallible. Wrong, but infallible. Well, William, that's all the question I have for you today. I hope the justice system is kind to you and fair.
Huh. It will be.
I will say one more thing before I finish my question. No matter which pantheon you chose, no matter which demon, Baelor, devil, you will die in every scenario. The
Yes.
mortal life is quite valuable, and you think that Baelor won't just kill you, on you off to another for slight power?
Once I kill
You won't-
myself, once we sacrifice ourselves, we will be souls sent to our master in the abyss. And I have made sure that when I die, rather than starting off as a speck of insignificant dust, of flesh and lack of feeling, spending centuries upon centuries building myself back up, I have made sure in this life that the next will not start with me so low on the ladder.
Well, be honest, do you have a cyanide capsule in your tooth?
No.
Well, be honest, do you have any way to kill yourself in this cell?
Sure, I guess if I really tried I could not eat or, I don't know, choke on my own vomit or something, I don't know.
Yeah, we went up against some for the cyanide capsule. We did somehow save them, but it was not just making sure that you won't mysteriously disappear before your court date.
No, that won't happen.
Okay, good. Well, that's all my questioning. Lubnub, do you have any further questions for William?
You did say something quite interesting there, William.
Ooh,
What?
what did he say? I must.
Once you all kill yourselves, you're
Yes.
planning a mass suicide?
We will be the final sacrifices. We will reach the target.
Well, he'll be left behind.
No. I'll know when my time comes.
It's an interesting bit of information to know.
Look at this cat.
It's very cuddly.
He's so cuddly.
Now,
Look,
follow-up
behind his
questions for you.
eyes.
Oh, he's camera shy.
He's shy.
What groups have you been working with?
We've done a lot of work with the church
Which one?
in Tarek.
There you go. Any other groups?
I think some of us are knights. Oh, gee, don't scratch the doors, please.
I just noticed Stan's face there.
I think some
But
of us
that's-
are knights.
Um,
I'm not sure who, though.
Can I insight check the knight at the door?
Sure, make me an insight check.
And how exactly he reacts to said information? Now I have fuck all to this, but it could be fun. Oh, 18.
He looks surprised at the information. Like, you get a sense of genuine, like, it would be the equivalent of you hearing that someone at your work regularly kills people. It's that look of, like, fuck, okay.
that's to be expected at my work.
So the knights for church. Any other groups?
I'm sure there are some merchants. There's gotta be. There's so much money.
I'll do for now. Like I said, I ain't gonna tell my cleric friend where you are. So your soul's safe.
Thank you. I appreciate
But
it.
the gag is going back in.
When I die, when the Baelor comes, I'll remember how strong you were.
You were born the wrong side of a wall, my friend.
Perhaps.
You've decided to bind yourself to all these bullshit things you say folk believe in. I've got everything you already wanted. I just didn't have to bind myself to some stupid god or whatever your Baelor is. Anyway, and I put the gag back in before I can finish talking.
Yeah.
Hi,
He just
William.
sits there quietly, almost like balefully looking at you.
Meek Kieran doesn't know what the word balefully means.
Like with a sad somberness.
Okay.
Usually it's associated with like big wide eyes and that like you would describe if you were to like tell a dog off and they would like slink back up to you sort of thing. That's like a baleful expression.
Right. And I don't say anything within earshot of him, but we walk on out.
you leave the cells. You can get anywhere in the city that you would like to have a private conversation if you'd like.
Just out of earshot of William, the
Sure.
cultist, who I'm
You-
now actually going to add to my notes. Congrats,
You
William. You get a name.
You go upstairs, and you're like 4 stories away.
But
Like, truly,
Right.
barring magic, this guy could not eavesdrop on you.
first off, we need the direction we're heading is to a figure of power, preferably the king, but nearest figure of power that can organise a search of the sewers,
Okay.
as well as we do. It's in-game kind of talking to Stan. We should inform the king that his ranks have been compromised.
Yeah, probably for the best.
And we would like to go find the king, I think.
I also have someone I'd like to speak to. You're welcome to come, but it might be a little awkward for you.
Is going to talk to whoever you're going to talk to, going to ensure that we can have knights go and deal with the cultists in the sewers when they're meeting?
Yeah, I mean, it could do. If we ask her, that would help.
Oh, you're going to go talk to Yzma?
I'm gonna go talk to Yzma.
Oh, I really would kind of enjoy seeing that, not going to lie.
You're welcome to come.
But at the same time, there's such important things for the king to be told.
Yzma is the sort of de facto commander. She's definitely been in the military the longest of the actual knights. She's not quite at the. You know that way where someone used to be Grand Commander and has kind of still not died in combat, and people are starting to be like, hey, so we're just going to start taking duties here and there from you just to ease your load a little.
Yeah.
Yzma.
The Yzma.
As you make your way over to Yzma, you find her in her quarters. It's now around 8, maybe 9 o'clock at night. The sun has set. So you find Yzma in her quarters. She is just, like, in casual commoner's clothes. It's probably the first time you've seen her not in plate mail, Stan. And it's kind of jarring to see how small and frail she looks out of it. And as soon as you open the door, you find her just reading a book on martial tactics. And as soon as you knock, she opens the door and says, "Ah, Staniel."
Hello, Yzma.
Hello. What a fine surprise for you to show up, what is it, 12 hours late today?
In fairness, I was doing something very important.
Oh, I heard you reported to my Sebastian
Yes.
for a class on duel etiquette, nonetheless.
Not only that, there was something that followed. Can me and my friend come in and close the door behind us?
Well, I see no reason why not. And she
Okay, I'd like
ushers
to-
you in. Her quarters are Spartan, very like she's got a desk with nothing on it whatsoever. She's got her bed. She's got like an ensuite sort of bathroom that looks to be just kind of a hole in the wall and a bath that's just a private bath.
You got a pen or quill and some paper?
Oh, yes, I have one somewhere around here. And she sort of bustles around her room. And it does take her a little while to get the implements, but she does get a scroll, maybe 10-15 feet long, a quill, ink. So, do you wish to report a crime?
I start writing while they two talk, and Lubnub writes down, you need to gather what knights you can trust and head to the sewers to arrest cultists before midnight.
She's sort of like looking over. Do you know where you tell someone's trying to read upside down and she's kind of very slowly making her way through the sentences? Cultists at midnight. Oh, okay. I mean, absolutely.
So, Yes, I'm gonna trust that you're not in on this, because you seem like a good, upstanding person who wouldn't do anything evil to the
I
throne.
I trained the kings themselves.
So, out of my bag of holding, I'd like to pull the 2 medallions that we got off the cultists. So, we found these on a couple of cultists.
Oh my. I've not seen these in many years.
Oh, you've seen them before.
Oh, maybe I would have been young then. Probably your age.
Jesus, that long? Sorry.
Behave.
Oh,
You
what can you
took an
tell us about?
oath. You took an oath of etiquette, not just violence, remember? Honour to a knight.
You're right. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yes, this would have been maybe 60, 50 years ago. I was younger, and I remember the clean-up. I was not part of the people who dealt with it. There was a very messy altercation. Something happened in what is now called the Deep Water Bay. Something to do with cultish activity, sacrifices being made. And there was some talk of demon worship. But this symbol, when you see it carved into as many bodies as I did, you don't forget easy.
I see. Well, unfortunately, our back, and it is confirmed, is definite demon worship.
Is this the Baylor that I heard Tommen speaking of?
It is indeed.
Well, I am happy that this has been brought to us. Have you found their stash?
Right, not. But we have, however, apparently got one of their 4 heads.
You've killed one of their leaders.
Indeed.
We've got his head in the bag.
We've got his head in the bag.
Headsman work is never desirable, but it is sometimes necessary. I need to stress how delicate this is. If this is anything like last time, there will be bodies somewhere hidden in the city.
Well, at least.
Do we have an estimate?
They're close to their target.
Do you know what their target was? The last time I heard, the last time these symbols were seen, if I recall correctly, it was 40 bodies.
Over 100.
I believe it was 112.
She sort of hangs her head. I'm too old for this job. I should have caught this.
There's nothing any of us could have done. They're operating with exceptional stealth and apparently working with many people. And unfortunately, they're apparently working with some knights.
They were within the church of...
Knights
What's the fucking church called again?
in Tarek.
Yeah, but Lubnub would say they're also within the church of Tarek.
My God. If they've infiltrated so high, that is not good news for us.
Indeed not.
I
We've
will
got
have
one.
Sebastian. He will head a search party of squires, and I will send some of our knights as well. I will handpick them, and 2 members of the King's Guard, I think.
How many total?
How many would you expect down there?
At least 50 or 30, I believe.
I will send 100 men.
Though I will say, I recommend aiming to capture, not kill. Our end goal was a group suicide to meet the kill quota, which means killing them also raises the number.
All-out battle will be hard to avoid. I will pass on the message.
I'm gonna go with his.
Are you familiar with mass armed combat? There is not a lot of room for precision.
I used to jump caravans for a living. Good old days. But if I'm right, and I'll give her the 3 descriptions, including the name Nicholas and Dara, which the 3 leaders left is some elven woman, some muscular armoured man, and apparently some old guy, but 5'5", which the last time I seen the Pope, how tall roughly was he?
You would guess between 5'5" and 5'7".
How skinny was he?
Pretty frail looking.
I'm getting a feeling. The elven woman, I think she's the one we spoke to. With the stick, the glass one. If I'm guessing right, the muscular guy, he's the one who can punch with holy energy. I've been calling him Holy Fist.
The Holy Fist.
I've just seen him punch boars to death with his hands.
Oh. Do you mean the Cardinal?
I'm fucking up. Sorry, I don't know. He actually tried to be a little polite to this bitch. Sorry,
Sir
this woman.
Blackwood is a formidable force. He is someone I trained personally in my youth. But he rose much more power than I ever wielded. He was a paladin, not a knight. He gave himself fully to Intarach, and I believe he was rewarded spectacularly for his devotion.
We're clear we've got some cultists down in the barracks. This is where we're getting that information from. And he's been told.
I will also do my own interrogation on him.
My deal with him is that I'd leave him at the justice system and not send his soul somewhere else.
I am the justice system.
I know. There's still salt and vinegar down there, so have fun.
But if you say that I cannot kill him, my options are lessened. Not that he needs to know that.
I ask, what race was, you know, that Archbishop that Malafia keeps trying to flirt with? What race is she?
The tall elven one.
The tall elven one.
Yeah, she was Gwendolyn Brass.
I see.
Yeah, you see what I'm putting down here, Stan, right?
I pick up what you're putting down.
I hate...
Apparently they found a new face for the cult, so there will be a 4th head, but would be a strong theory.
I fucking hate to defend him. I really do, trust me, it burns. But if I know Nicholas, he's there because he's a spy. If I'm right. However, feel free to kick his ass.
Follow-up point. Did we not find another one of these cultish necklaces in a certain someone's house? Not Lubnub?
Whose house?
I'm gonna look at Lubnub to be like, do we just immediately ruin this guy's entire life?
I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't think Lubnub paid enough attention to Piss Pants, other than the fact his name, we've given him as Piss Pants. So I think you're looking at him expecting him like, yeah, dog, you get one putting down. He's like, what?
Oh, well, Stoneheart. The Stonehearts, one of them had one of these in their house.
The Stonehearts. Dear gods. They're the head of the city guard. If the guard have fallen, that is grave news. I will need to send only knights.
I give him a nudge and I'm like, good job. I missed that.
I remember some things.
Yeah.
Is that all? I will have to move quickly to solve this. I will have to go. If you wish to accompany us, or them, and she sort of drops her eyes a little, I can't go. Someone else should be in command.
Would you recommend to be in command?
Well, I was grooming Sebastian for my position.
He does seem like the best candidate to lead this assault.
If he leads the assault, that leaves us to target. I can make my way up to deal with Holy Fist.
Perhaps I will send Silverton as well.
Wait. Why does that name's bad for a reason? Why is that name bad?
Name does ring a few bells.
Is Silverton connected to this?
This is why we need fucking Matt, the prick. I try to remember me, Kieran, why Silverton's bad.
Yeah, can we roll intelligence to see if our characters remember?
No.
Oh. Everton's bad for a reason.
Silverton.
Maybe we hold him out on this one.
Are we investigating the Silvertons as well?
Who are the Silvertons again? Remind me.
They are the official warriors in top command of the city guard.
They connected to Stonehearts?
Stonehearts are the finance. Silvertons are the action.
And they're married, right?
There is some intermarriage, but not a lot.
Oh. I think they're bad for me personally. I don't know how far that spreads to use. And a very trying to whisper, but very clearly isn't whispering good enough for this skilled warrior.
If you are wanted by the city guard, Silverton's name would definitely have shown up in your past.
Maybe.
You
Right,
need not worry, you're in the service to the king now. No crime matters in his name, unless he says so.
If I can find my ally Nalaferia, we can maybe get the Greys involved as well.
The Greys would be an excellent boon. If you can promise that they are not connected to this cult, we can definitely pay to have a couple of them around.
Who else probably isn't affected by this cult?
Who?
Titan Rock and Titan's Fist.
We could definitely besiege Titan's Rock. If we could send Arvil down, he would be a worthy commander.
I feel like we can get him involved.
That would be spectacular. You would be almost guaranteed success.
Oh shit, we better go talk to the king then.
I think a certain someone has a special relationship with Marvin. Wang.
Lubnub's still oblivious to all this.
If you can speak to the king and Arville, there is a chance they are in the same place.
Very well. Oh, and if you stab us in the back, I will grind you into dust.
The same goes for you, my friend.
Anything else, Dan?
Well, last thing. Well, what do you think the odds are on me getting promoted to a knight when we do this?
If this pays off, both you and Sebastian will have earned your stripes. You'll have earned your oath.
There is no if this pays off. We are going to succeed here.
I like the attitude, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch.
Well, I'm counting chickens.
Excellent. So you guys head off to go and find the king and Arville.
I wonder if they'll be in the same place for no reason whatsoever.
As you get to the almost comically popular corridor of the 3 rooms, 2 of them now suspiciously empty, with their doors open, and
Not suspiciously, we killed them.
2 guards, one on either side of the king's door. As you approach, one of the guards knocks on the door. About 30 seconds later, Tommen says, "Who's there?" You hear the guard reply, "2 of the mercenaries that you've hired to investigate the death of your father." You hear a slight pause. "Enter." And the door comes open. And you see, you can see that Tommen is sitting in front of his desk, and you can see that Arville is in the corner also at a different desk. Both of them reading different books.
Excellent. Exactly the 2 people we need in the same room.
Perfect.
Arville says, some excitement in the late night. You look as if you've seen battle fairly recently, sir."
Yep. And you're going to see battle fairly recently too.
Hopefully.
As long as you're agreeable. Which I hope you are.
Does it have something to do with the war effort?
Has something to do with the cult that's in the city that's trying to summon a Baylor.
It has something to do with the fate of possibly multiple countries.
Which, and I'll turn to the remaining brother. The same cult that had your dead brother's body, no, your brother's unconscious body,
Yes.
and they replaced him. Yep. So
They have-
technically, yes.
They had my brother's body, Arville. If there is a chance to wipe them off the face of this planet, it must be taken. Where are they?
They're meeting at the old Church of Vintarok on the sewers. We've just came from there. We've already
Not far from here.
we're already spoke with Sarisma. We're trying to organise a strike force to cut off as many people at this meeting as we can.
Very well. I must inform you as well that Lord Silverton is, at my invitation, Lord Stoneheart, at my invitation, has decided to do some work in the castle and is staying here under my guest. So if you wish to speak to him at some point tomorrow, you need only come speak to me, and we shall go there. I have him busy doing paperwork. There are some old debts that I have decided are in desperate need of financial attention from our hand of the coin.
Sweet. I'm going to pull the chain that I ripped from one of the cultists. So apparently you'll find one of these in his house. That's who we're going to go fight. Or the cultist from the sewers.
Arville holds out his hand. May I?
Yeah, I toss it over to him. Because Lubnub has no social manners.
As he looks at it, you see his eyes flash bright, fiery gold. This is a symbol of a particular Baylor. Interesting. A powerful one at that, so it seems they've been growing rather quickly, rising in the ranks, so to speak. Although there's not really a hierarchy in the Abyss, they seem to be commanding a large presence. They have a lot of servants, at the very minimal. Arvel sort of regards the pair of you. This is troubling news. You say they're summoning this creature?
They're close, and their plan is to mass commit suicide to finish it. What was it, like over 100, 111 you said?
12, I believe.
Yeah, that one.
They've sacrificed
Looking
112
dire.
souls?
And that's not including the fact that whenever you kill one, their soul goes to them as well.
You see Arvel starts sort of stretching off a little. I must go. I will gather my men. I will take 15 of my finest down, and I will lead the charge myself. We will not wait for your warriors. If there's a chance we can handle this quickly.
But they're arriving
Quickly.
between 11 and 12.
Very well. Then I shall go down and lay an ambush. And you say that I cannot kill a single one of them?
Try to avoid killing.
Avoid it.
That is a
We
tough
have been
ask.
trying to hold... I know, we've been trying to hold back as well.
We have
I'm
a
sure I can
prisoner.
come up with something. I have 2 hours to prepare something. Very well. I shall be off. And he looks to Tom and says, stay safe, stay in the castle, be aware. And he nods and leaves the room. And you see, as he leaves the room, you start to see Arvel. He immediately starts chanting as he's walking, and he's summoning something as he speaks to go. But the door closes, and you don't find out what.
He summons the Baylor and destroys the city. Campaign over.
Yeah, he summons the Baylor. Fuck, they're on to us. Baylor, get in here.
So, you have made progress. This is good news.
A little bit, yes.
May I ask for a full debrief?
If that's your orders, you're the one paying us.
He orders it, and for the sake of brevity, is there anything you would leave out of this description that you gave to Yzma, or that you would like to add?
A full recount of the events from Lubnub going in the sewer, finding a fucker. Tried to take him alive, things went bad, had to kill a couple.
I would
Did
like
interrogation.
to add something.
What would you like to add?
I'd like to pull out the dagger I got off the cultist and just be like, I had this dagger. Once you stab
He
someone,
holds out his hand.
what?
He holds out his hand to sort of inspect it.
Just gonna gingerly be careful, my liege. It's very dangerous. Once it stabs someone, it cannot be healed unless it's with magic, and it continuously burrows deeper into the person that was stabbed.
Distressing. Is that what has happened to... And he looks to Lubnub. Your form appears to be diminished.
That is indeed.
This is troubling news, to say the least. I shall message Arvel. I will tell him that they are using powerful necromancy. He has a distinct hatred of the Abyss.
Hmm.
The worst part is I can't even be like, give me wavy hands bullshit, me go talk to Nyla so I can send the message to the Greys.
Not really yet. But we are going to call the session soon.
Yeah,
There
fair.
is one last thing. As Tommen is looking, he says, there is one last thing that has happened today. It appears our naval defence is starting to crumble. The war is not going well. When Harold was in charge, we were dominating. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what's gone wrong. Perhaps this was all part of the plan. But our navy is falling. They have enlisted mercenaries, pirates, sailors, of all over the world. The White Leviathan sails.
Is that a group or is that a thing?
It is a ship. If you've never been at sea, I don't expect you to know.
No, but when you said the White Leviathan, is that something you need me to go kill?
If you have the capability of dealing with a pirate ship single-handedly, then I would be most grateful. They have been judicious in their attempts to kill us.
I mean, I turn to Stan and I'm like, I mean, I'm not against it. I think we could have some fun with that.
I'm not entirely against it either, but
But also, there's kind of things going here.
The White Leviathan.
What, sorry?
Would Stan have heard of the White Leviathan?
Give me a general history check. Because this would be sort of knowledge of previous wars and battles.
And don't fuck this up. 22.
Sorry, did you say 22?
22.
22. You've heard of the White Leviathan. It is piloted by a pirate captain. You're not entirely sure what his name is, but he tends to go by the name of the White Ghost. Some sort of tiefling. You're not sure the background. You're not sure what is going on with his power set. But it is said that when he sails the White Leviathan, anyone that falls before him will surely die. This is a legend to the type of, like, Black Pearl ghost ship type thing of, like, this is a ship that sailors will go out to port and be like, hey, if you see a white ship with white sails, leave the fuck away. Don't engage and run as fast as you can.
Well, I'm not against it, but I do want you to know that this thing is so dangerous, as well as the captain, that it has literally had multiple short horror stories written about it by the general public and only some of our scholars. It is that level of famous.
It can be famous if there's only had a few stories written about it. Don't talk shit, Stan.
Well, it's only been around for quite a while, actually. Only the people who survive tell about it, and there's not many of those. Dead men tell no tales.
Missing the point completely again. Obviously, only the people who talk about it are the ones that survive, Stan. You're being stupid right now.
Yeah, but we might need a little help. We might need to gather everyone.
As
Right,
far as I
yeah.
know, Sir Mandalay is handling the White Leviathan personally. But in the message he sent to confirm that he was going to engage, he recommended a successor.
How long did the message received?
Today.
For fuck's sake. Can people just stop doing things today? I only have so much fucking sleep. Right, first off, and he points a fucking finger right at
Tommen.
Get your shit together. Stop doubting yourself. Just start believe you're doing the right fucking thing.
I would believe if we were winning. We are losing. Actively. At sea.
And? Have you
Well,
lost yet?
no. If Sir Mandalay is successful,
When?
if we can conquer the White Leviathan, we will go down in legend. That is when I will believe. Until then, the sea must be considered lost. We must fortify the land. With the help of Titan's Rock, we will succeed.
There you go, that's better.
Oh, this is gonna sound crazy, but I've always had this as a back burner idea. What do you think the odds are that we could get Titan's Rock to chart a course straight for the enemy ship and ram into them?
Why would we do that when we can just teleport?
It would take
the
days.
bath-
It would take days to arrive. We could certainly ask, but I'm not familiar with how these islands work. I'm not sure if you can steer them. From what I know, they kind of have their own set paths.
They have set paths. Why is it directly above us?
You can anchor them. I know that much. I know that when they arrive at cities, there is some spell to anchor them. Otherwise, I think that, from what I can tell, they need to restock. There's no farmland up there. They need to anchor themselves at places. But I think those places are predetermined. Now, I'm not sure if they're predetermined by a ship, like steering, or if they're determined by virtue of we have to go this way, and so here are the cities we can hit.
You know what?
I'm not a mage, I'm a warrior.
Here's a chance for you to step up. I'm in your employ. I need a rest. Once I'm rested, am I breaking that rest and going to back up your guy tonight? Or am I resting, getting my full strength back, and going out to sea to deal with these pirate fucks? Where do you want me?
Arvel should not fail. He should
You
be
want me
fine
to see?
for this evening. If you're confident that you can take on the pirate, that would be a great boon to the Empire.
I don't have to fucking kill the pirate, I just have to break the ship.
Assuming he's not some sort of conjurer.
In that case, he's a fucking asshole and I'll kill him.
Well, if you believe it's within your team's power to kill the White Ghost, then feel free. That would be my recommendation. But I couldn't send a man to die like that in good conscience.
Fine, I'll run it with a group first.
I have full faith in Arvel and tonight. That much I am confident for.
He seems strong.
And I think at this point we need the rest of the party.
Yeah, we just might to make this relatively big decision.
I will bid you farewell.
One extra thing.
Yes?
I'm entirely sure of doing this, but you are fully aware that Pisspants had these medallions in his house, correct?
As of you telling me this evening, yes.
Perfect. And he is staying in your castle, correct?
Indefinitely.
Got it. And probably bar the door, keep many weapons, and keep many guards.
I always have in this time.
But good. You're smart. There's not many people who act that rationally.
If you wish, I can speak to Sir Mans about commanding Titan's Rock.
Nah, they're probably better off here.
Yeah, we do kind of need them as a big getaway if they make it here.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a big fight happening at sea, but will be decided within the next 24 hours. And I need a fucking sleep before I do anything.
And I think Helm will be most necessary here. Arvel can only act under his command. I presume he is away to go and speak to him now. If that is all,
Yeah.
good night.
Good night, Tom. And Tom, keep your chin up. You're gonna win this naval warfare.
Thank you. I can only pray we are correct. And
You need not pray to be a Lubnub.
he leaves you out, he leads you out, and he shuts the door. And that is where we're going to leave it for this wonderful week.
Yay!
So thank you very much for joining us, guys. Thank you to the wonderful commenter that asked Stan for a thumbs up. You gotta love it. You gotta love a fan request. We'll always do a thumbs up for any fan. Other than that, have a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of your week.